Hello, welcome to Scrap Time episode 724. My name is Christine, and on today's episode I'm showing you some products from Basic Grey and Hero Arts. Today I am showing you some Basic Grey papers with some coordinating Hero Art stamps. And I'm starting with Indie Bloom. You can see this is a vibrant collection, really colorful. But on one side you have some very large motifs. These are a little smaller, but they're still sort of large. So if you're doing card making or that, it's quite a large motif. However, when you turn the papers over, you'll see you get these nice small designs. And these are the designs that are great for card makers. So if you make cards, don't think that you can't buy these Basic Grey papers, because their back sides have some really lovely colors and designs. This is one of the stamps that goes with the Indie Bloom collection. And it had some great little floral and stems and stuff. And I made a card here. So I used one of the solids and then the small print. And then I used this blue here with the purple for the butterflies. And then a couple of the prints, I stamped the flowers and cut them out. So you can see you can still get some of that pattern through even in these small little bits using the full 12 by 12 papers from Indie Bloom. Here I have two stamp sets that coordinate without a print. I had shown that collection a while back. This is a full background stamp and then some image stamps, the flower and the butterfly and the scrolls. And with these I made this tag. And what I did was I embossed the background with clear, and then I put inks over top of it so the background then pops up. I stamped the big butterfly using a red archival ink, and then I painted it using distress stains. And I'm going to show you this technique later in the video. And then I just used the scroll here and wrote to Gemma, and this is a cute tag for a gift. And then for this trail, what I did is I had the Hero Arts little jewels that come on a line, and instead of having to put on each individual jewel, I just took my line and I just gave it a little wave for the flight of the butterfly. Piccadilly is a really pretty collection with the nice light colors and lacy patterns and small florals and that. Again, on the back we have some solids and smaller patterns and some more stripes than that. I had used a lot of this collection during a lifestyle crafts episode when I made all those cute little baker boxes. And this is one of the stamp sets, a clear stamp set to make these little ribbons. So I'm going to show you what I made. I made these, and I thought these would make really cute little cards to put into your kids' lunches as a little surprise. Kids always like to receive something and say congrats if they had just either did well on a test or did well in sports. You're so amazing could be just anytime. You're so special. And another thing too is if they happen to take a paper bag lunch, just putting it on the outside of the bag saying sweet or any of the other ones I think would be really cute and a special touch to their gift or to their lunch bags. I was pleasantly surprised by the Little Black Dress collection. Even though they have these larger prints like this one, they had a lot of smaller prints too. Like I love the chevron here. I love this lace print here. And then on the back, there's so many. They have like their solids. I love these textures, some more chevrons, these dots, a stripe, this pattern here, and there's also this one here that I really loved. Is great. So all these small patterns of texture are great for any project, but I did an art journal page I'm going to show you. So here's my art journal page, and what I did is I did about 3 strips in each row of the different pattern, and then sort of to bring it all together I used this Traditional Tan by Claudine. And that I mixed it with a bit of water and just did a wash of that over top of it all. And it sort of just unified it. I put a piece of that lace down, and then I wrote my journaling on one of the lighter tan lace papers. For this one, I used this stamp set of the postage stamps. This was from Out of Print. These border stamps were actually from Little Black Dress, and I used them here and here, and just some great little texture stamps. And then these stamps were from Piccadilly, and I used the stripes, just bits of it, just so you get that little texture there and around and here. So the stamps, I just sort of did like a little bit. I didn't fully stamp the image on. Here's the flower. I inked up a bit and overlapped it. And then this little something to ponder here was actually from the chipboard from Out of Print. So I added on, did that, and then made this art journal page. So I just want to show you how I colored my butterfly. So here's my butterfly stamp, and I stamped it using archival waterproof ink in vermilion. And now I'm going to use my distress stains to color them in. I'm going to start with Shabby Shutters. And what I do is I put it on my craft mat here. Don't need too much, that should be enough. And I pick up my brush and I just decide where I want to paint it. So you can do this with distress stain or distress inks as well. You just put the distress ink with some water. But with the stains, it's already liquid, making it really easy to paint the color, and you get the nice full intensity of the color. When I don't have a little water bucket, I just spray some water on my craft mat like that and wipe my brush in paper towel. Now I'm going to use some pink, so I put some pink down. I think I'm going to color in there. And I can go all around this butterfly because the ink was waterproof. So you can't do this with a dye ink, because as soon as your brush touches the dye ink, it's going to bleed. So you want to do this with a watercolor ink. And the great thing about using the stain is if I run out, I don't have to worry about getting the same intensity. I just put a little bit more on and it will be the same color. Whereas if you were to make your own with distress inks and water it down, you're not guaranteed to get the same intensity. There. So give myself another squirt to wipe off my brush. I'll do some blue. And if you wanted to get fancy too, you could probably blend colors to make your own. I could blend the pink and the blue, see if I get a purpley. I can try that for the next thing just to test it. So I could take some pink and some blue, see what I come up with. Yeah, it forms sort of this purple. Don't know if it would be necessarily my favorite color, but the point being is you can blend and make your own colors. And there I have my painted butterfly. I would just need to cut it out and add it to my project.
Well, that's it for today's episode. Be sure to check out my website at www.scraptime.ca. And on our next episode, I'm showing you some products from a company called Glimpses. So please join us. Thanks for watching Scrap Time.